So the time of recording this, we've currently made 3 drafts of the script. However, literally in today's lesson, we've made a 4th draft, which obviously you'll be seeing and hearing about on my blog in future posts. However, at the time, I must make a props list, and in doing so, I'm going to look at the script. So I thought I'd just do that here, whilst recording it. So, from looking at the script, I can see that the first shot is actually in Adam's bedroom, and he's going to be waking up. So for that, I need to think about what I'm going to need for the shot. So I'm basically going to need to make sure I have a bed, duvet covers to cover the rest of his body. I'm also going to be talking about costumes here, so obviously he's going to have to be wearing pyjamas in the first shot. This will include probably pyjama shorts and a t-shirt, so sort of just loungewear you'd wear around your house to sleep in. And then moving on, we'll need school uniform, including a belt and school shoes. This will all be black, and as we've spoken about before in one of Owen's videos, this is going to include a black and red tie. So we've got all that equipment. We just need to think about how we're going to actually have it within the shooting. We're going to have to make sure we have all that equipment ready. So that's the bedroom scene. We're also going to have to make sure that when setting up the scene in terms of mise en scène, there is a couple of cupboards which we film which have no food in. So that's more going to be a lack of props rather than an additional prop. And then we get to the part where he's walking to school on the street, just a little tracking shot with him in with the voice in his head. For that, I don't think we'll need much more than the original costume we already have, which will be a school uniform. So there's no additional props for that one, other than obviously the safe item, which social anxiety sufferers often have, which in this case will be a fossil. So after this, he's just looked in the cafe and there's nothing there. So then we just get back to the first day again, and obviously the same costumes and props will apply. And then on the time where he actually goes into the cafe, we're going to need some food, because obviously the narrative hook in this short film is actually food, and we've changed it, as you'll soon find out, to a bacon sandwich. People in the cafe will already be eating bacon sandwiches, and voices in his head will tell him how, I could really do with one of them, there's no food at home, etc. So that's one prop we need. We need to make sure we have bacon sandwiches available, or something close to it, and also drinks for our characters who will be sat at the table, whether they have coffees or orange juices or something, the sort of thing you'd have in the morning. So we can probably get all those through the cafe we're filming in, as we'll buy them from the cafe to also support them. So after that, obviously he's just ordering his food, and all the props there will be bought there and then in the morning of shooting from the cafe we're filming in. Another thing we need to think about is when he runs back to the house in stark panic. This will be no additional props, as obviously we're just recording his face, and he hasn't picked up anything along the way, and he wouldn't have picked up anything from the cafe. And then we've got the bedroom scene and also the doctor's scene. For the doctor's scene, I need to think of maybe some props that a counsellor or a doctor may have on the table. This will probably just be tissues and maybe a couple bottles of water, which shouldn't be too hard to get hold of. And also, just going back in time a little bit, before the doctor's appointment that Adam will have, in the room waiting, crying with his mum, I don't think we'll have anything additional to the original bedroom scene. Maybe, again, some tissues and maybe some cereal. She may have found some food for him or something like that. So yeah, that's just running by what props and costume we're going to need. So yeah.